Hi, I'm Mark Caesar with Ed Clements. Sam's taking a day off today. Welcome to the vodcast. We've got a lot of good things to cover in this edition here in Austin and on the national scene. Let's start, Ed, with a story in the Houston Chronicle that says the people that want legalized casino gambling in Texas feel like this is their year. They're finally going to get the Texas legislature to say, yes, you can open legalized gambling casinos. I know you like this idea.
I like the idea on a limited basis. I don't like where every Tom, Dick, and Harry can get a casino on every... I don't want a casino in our lobby here at KLBJ's. In between breaks, I can go play blackjack. I think you should have it in resort-type areas, say a Galveston Island, say a South Padre. Have it at existing areas like a Retama Park, Sam Houston Parkway, some things like that where you already have places and locations. I'm for it. I think the time is good. Politically, this is not going to fly because Rick Perry is running for governor against Kay Bailey Hutchison, and he is singing Nearer My God to Thee everywhere he can, and he's not about to endorse the work of the devil, gambling. He's not going to do it. But saying that, I know how many lobbyists do the gambling guys have?
236 lobbyists already are working on Texas lawmakers to convince them to vote for this.
So it could happen. I don't think it will, but it's going to be a big fight in the state house.
What's the philosophical argument for only allowing a small group of people who have these lobbyists to get the legal permission to open gambling operations? Why not throw it open? Anybody who wants to get a license can open a gambling operation. It might be just a couple of video slot machines at some guy's gas station, but why not have a free market, a free-for-all?
I think it's a control issue with the state government. You have a limited number. They can monitor those. They can make sure that no old-time Las Vegas skimming's going on in the back room, no hanky-panky type things. I think that would be one of my reasons for control.
Also here in Austin, we really have a lot of people debating drawing blood samples from drunk driving suspects, and there's been another major development in this. The local hospitals and the Travis County Sheriff, who operates the jail, have now all told the Austin police, we're not going to draw blood from drunk driving suspects anymore. They stopped doing it on January 1st. The police don't have anybody right now who can draw blood samples on drunk driving suspects. This is a big development.
Well, I think it's a big development. I am for the drawing of blood for only one big reason. If there is a traffic accident where someone is injured or killed, that's when police should be able to say, hey, we need definitive evidence that this person was drunk. If it's just a common DWI, they see someone swerving and they go get a court order, I'm not for that. I think that's very evasive to the general public. I think that the hospitals are busy enough right now with their emergency rooms. They don't want to take time, and there's a fear that they may be sued. Even though
they have legal immunity from the lawsuits, but you're right, the hospitals are using that as an excuse.
Yeah, they are.
We're worried our people will get sued, even though they've done this for decades.
And I think there's a big split in this community. A lot of people think, as I do, that it's not right to have this evasive procedure done on a common DWI stop. I know there are a lot of people like Sergeant Sammy say, hey, we got to stop DWIs and we'll use any tool necessary. But from where I am, I think this is excessive.
It builds a much stronger case.
It certainly does.
It's a slam dunk in court if it shows your blood alcohol is over 0.08.
Sure, when you get a court order from a judge, that is a slam dunk.
It got ugly yesterday on Capitol Hill when Barack Obama sent Axelrod to explain his economic stimulus package.
Yeah.
Democrats don't like the package. They're angry that Obama's plan includes $300 billion in checks to low and middle income people. He wants to write checks for $500 or $1,000 to low and middle income people. And the Democratic leadership, Democratic governors, and even some mayors are saying, hold your horses, buddy. We don't like this. We want it for roads, sewers, picking up trash, raking leaves. That's what's going to get America moving again.
Well, I'm surprised they're taking this attitude because he was the 800-pound candidate in November. He's the guy who had the resounding mandate from the American people. I'm surprised they're challenging Barack Obama. On another note, I'm surprised Barack Obama is being so active. He hasn't been sworn in yet. I think George Bush has allowed him to do this, to take the lead, but he's acting so presidential before he's even the president.
I'm not surprised that they told him, hold your horses. When you've got $777 billion in in a package,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to do everything they can to try to control how it's written,
Do the old,
where the money goes. They want ownership of it.
Do the old Ted Stevens.
Yeah, this was their first time to really lay down the law to him to say, you're not running Washington, we
Right.
are.
Well, it's going to be, proof will be in the pudding, and also, where's the honeymoon period? Is it already diminishing for Barack Obama?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is, yeah.
Yeah, when he gets that kind of reception from his own party, the Democrats in
Yeah.
Congress, on his economic stimulus package. He said to them, I want it on my desk by President's Day, which is mid-February, and they said, you're not going to get it. We don't move that quickly. And his answer was, of course we have to.
And I think, I think they were also mad too, because he said yesterday he'd work with Republicans. If there's a good idea on the table and it's viable, he would work with Republicans, and that did not sit well with Pelosi or Reid.
There was a college football championship last night. Florida won. Tim Tebow had John 3:16 right under his eyes to show his Christian faith. Sam would have loved that.
Sam would have loved that. Only thing Sam would want of Leviticus right there. Man shall sleep with no other man. That would have been really good for Sam.
Well, join us on the radio. Weekdays 5:30 to 10, Mark, Ed, and Sergeant Sam. And again next week right here at 590klbj.com for the vodcast.